You have options with the standing piece. You can do one hand, or you can turn the chair so that you're both hands. A lot depends on your stability. So you can either be this way, there's a dog in the way, or you can be behind your chair if you want to use two hands, okay? I'm going to use one. So we're going to start with just a tap to the front, and then a knee lift and tap to the back. So you want a hip extension, and then a knee lift and a tap to the front, and a knee lift, tap to the back. That's my son. Knee lift, tap front.
Hello.
Knee lift, tap back. And when you tap back, I want you to open your hip up, okay? So you're gonna engage your glutes a little bit in the back of your butt side, which will kind of stop the hip extension, but it'll allow you to open up the front of the hip. Tap to the back, tap to the front. Go ahead and breathe either way you want. Just make sure you breathe every time. So this may be an inhale, this may be an exhale. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing to the side. So you're going to lift and go to the side. And this time we're going to cross over if you like, right? So you can either come back to the other foot, or you can go out and cross over. It all depends on your hips. There's that hip replacement stuff, you know, that happens. Tap out, cross over, or stand, out, cross. Try to keep the hips front. I'm going to put my hand on my hip bone so that you can see that I'm not turning my hip. We'll do two more. And one more time. Good. And then we're going to swing the leg to the back. So if you're behind your chair, you'll be bending your elbows because your chest is going to dip forward. You can stay to the side. That's okay too. So there's three different levels of this one. This will be both hands. You're going to tip back, bend your elbows so that you can lean forward. If you were to the side, you're going to tip the leg back and lean forward. If you're very confident in your balance, you can open up your arms. You can tip, keep your chair there. No falling allowed, please. So, err on the side of caution, yes? So as I go forward, I'm just going to put my hand down on the chair. That way I know. So my body tips at the hip socket. Here. My leg stays straight. My upper body stays straight. Two more. Tip forward. Come back up. One more time. Tip forward. Come back up. Good. Let's go to the other side. I'm just moving for light's sake. Okay? If you're on a mat, stay on your mat, please. Keep your chair on your mat. Here we go. Touch, knee lift, reverse. No tipping on this one. This is just leg. Touch, and back. And touch, and back. And touch. Touch. Breathe in or out each time. One more time. Good. Now we're going to go side and feet together. And side and feet together. If you want to cross, you can. You can cross. Side. So we're going to do a lot of standing work today. And side and together. Really squeeze those inner thighs. 2 and 1. Good. Now you're going to add the tip, okay? So again, pick your positioning, whether you want to be behind your chair or to the side. Tip the whole body forward and up. Try to keep the hips level. Try not to let the hip that's tipping to open up to the side. back, and up. You should feel a nice actual stretch in the standing leg. And tip, forward, and back, and forward, and back. You can always challenge your balance, but make sure that you know you're not gonna fall. Tip, and back, one more time, tip, and back. Good, now everybody's gonna come behind their chair. So everybody behind. Really nice sunrise this morning. So I'm gonna widen my legs as wide as the mat that I'm standing on. And I'm gonna actually keep my heels on the mat with my toes on the floor. So we're gonna do some plies. My toes are turned out, as you may notice. Fingertips on the chair, nice light touch. You're just gonna bend the knees and straighten. You go as low as you want. You're gonna use these lovely, gorgeous leg muscles. These lovely upper leg muscles to move you down into the position and then back up into the position. So if you focus on those big upper leg muscles, down and up, down and up. 3 more. And 2. And 1. Good, come up to standing. I need you to tip this way. So bend this knee, move this hand over, lift, come back down. Try to put your foot down where it was. Bend your knees, stand, bend this leg, tip this way, put your foot back down, bend, stand, bend your leg, lift it, down. Good. I need you to bend this leg before you tip, yes? Lift. Notice how I'm moving my hands back and forth. Over, bend, tip. Good, one more time while I let this person in. Down, up, bend the knee, tip to the side, center, and hold. Good. To the other side. Still turned out, toes need to be turned out. The knees will track out with your toes, the hips are open. Bend, stand, we're going this way. Bend this leg, move this hand over, lift, down, center, lower, up, this way. Bend, lift. When that leg lifts, that leg straightens out, right? Bend, lift, up, bend, lift. Good, we're gonna do one more time. And bend and straighten. Back to your right side. Let's do some circumduction of the leg. So if you have your slider or pot holder, place it on the floor. One hand's on the chair for stability. Stand up super tall. Don't let this hip slide out towards the chair. So pull that hip in, leave it there. Place your foot on top of your slider. And we're gonna go front to back. We're gonna advance this a couple of times. My bright light's in the way. Circumduction. 2 more. One more time. Good. Option is to stay there or to pick up the leg and do the same thing. Back and front and back and front. My hips are moving a little bit. I'm getting some work in my standing leg in the hip socket because that leg bone has to move around a little bit. 3, 2, good, and one more time. Back and forward. Good, stand on both feet, shake your hips out. Okay, so our third option, if you choose, is going to be in a plank position. So I'm going to turn and face my chair so I can put my hands on the top. You notice I'm off to the side. If you don't have a way to glide on the floor, I need you to stick with this one, right? You're going to stick with this standing one, okay? Otherwise, this is your third option. My hands go on my chair. My arms are straight. I step my leg that is not underneath the disc or the pot holder back. From there, I get to step back my other leg. We're going to go front and back. Front, back. Front, back. Front, back. Front, back. It's the same exercise, just a little bit more demanding. Good. Pull that foot in. Put your hand on the chair and stand up. Good. Any casualties? No? Okay, good. All right, let's go to the other side. Standing. Step one, wrap around. About 10 of these I think is good. I mean, and even if you never pick your foot up off the floor, you end up doing 30 of these altogether, so that's plenty, right? One more time. Good, now we lift the leg up and we come to the back and to the front and to the back. Relatively, it's almost straight leg, but not quite. You don't want it bent up here like this because your range of motion won't really work. You have to really get that leg to come behind you. 3, and 2, and 1. Good, option 3. So you either stick with those two, one of those two, or we go into the plank position. Hands on top. Step back with the leg that's not on the part that moves. Step this leg back, swing around. I gotta get past my other foot, right? Swing. Swing. 3, 2, 1, and home. Good. That foot comes in, the other foot. Woo! All right. Let's do a little cat-cow from the back. I'm just going to turn this so you can see. I'm going to step back. We're going to hinge at the hip. Hands on. I'm going to walk back a little bit. And then I'm going to let my hips drift back. Nice long stretch. And then we'll come back up. And hips back. And come back up. And hips back. Last time, hips back. And come back up. Good. Yay, we get to sit down. All right, time to sit. I'm just going to bring the strap across my lap here. Put my hair up. It's out of the way. Okay. All right, arms in front. So we're going to hinge again. Let me turn sideways. I'll show you what that looks like. So instead of rounding down, we're going to hinge down. So we're going to hinge forward. Okay. And then you're going to hinge back. So your job is to keep your feet on the floor. You need to sit at the front of your chair so that you can hinge back. If you want to take out the hinge back, you can sit to the back and just do the hinge forward. Okay? All right, arms in front. Here we go. Hinge at the hip. Come back up to seated. Hinge back without your feet leaving the floor. If they leave the floor, that means you went too far. Hinge forward. Hinge back. Good. Hinge forward. So my arms don't really move. They stay straight out from the shoulder. So if I go really slow here, I can just touch the back edge of my chair. Hinge forward. Good. Very controlled as I go back towards the back edge of the chair. And then I got to get back up using my abdominals. Good. Drop the arms. Now we're going to round down. So you'll start at the top of the head. Breathe in, exhale, tuck the chin, start to roll towards the floor. Inhale there, exhale, come back up. Breathe in, exhale, round down. Come back up. Exhale, round down. Come back up. One more time, round forward. And come back up. Good. Pick up your strap. It's a placeholder. We're not actually pulling it, okay? It's just a placeholder for your arms. I'm going to turn sideways. So you're going to tuck pelvis. Your pelvis will roll underneath you. You'll roll back. You'll bring your arms to your chest, and then you'll start to round down towards the floor. Then you're going to roll up. Your arms will follow. Inhale here, exhale, tuck and curl. Bring the arms to the chest. Curl over your strap to go down towards the floor. And then sit back up. And then we'll add the two of them together. Okay? So, tuck and curl the pelvis. Lean back, keep your feet on the floor. Bring your arms towards you. Go over the strap with your chest as you round forward and go down your legs. Then round up. So we're going to add a little bit more arm. Tuck and curl. Pull the strap towards you. Bring it down over your body. Roll down. Now your arms are going to start to lead you, so lift your arms up. Really nice and big. Inhale, lean back. This is your flat back. Exhale, pull the strap down over your body. Round down. Lift the arms, lift the spine, up. Lean, hinge back. We're not rolling back now. Tuck, curl, down. Lift up. Here's from the side. Lift up. Hinge. Hinge. Go back as far as you can without your feet coming up. Then bring your strap down, curl over it, down towards the floor, round up, arms up, hinge back. Woo, tuck, curl, and round down. Good, come up to seated. Nice, let's open the legs up a little bit. Okay, so sitting bones, right? You know where those are. That's that little bony protrusion you can feel when you are sitting on the chair. So what I want you to do is I just want you to lift your sitting bone up. So it'll just look like that and drop it down. Lift it up and drop it down. You'll end up shifting this way a little bit. Lift and drop. Draw on your belly. So this is a little muscle called QL. It's right here, right along the side of the spine. So lift and drop. I'm going to put this around my hip so you can see what that looks like. Okay? Lift and drop. lift, and drop. Lift, and drop. One more time, lift, and drop. We'll go to the other side. Sometimes it's a little hard to isolate this one. Arm out to the side, up, and down. So this is my right. So much easier on my right than on my left. Lift, drop. Now ideally, we would be able to sit on something where our hip wouldn't hit the chair, right? And then you would be able to drop this hip past the bottom of the chair, right? Up and drop. Up and drop. One more time, up and drop. So you should feel some work happening in here, especially down in this area too. Okay, let's bring the strap up and behind the upper back. So we're gonna go back to that little exercise we just did. Not yet, but in a moment. Let's reach the arms forward. So now you're pulling on the strap, creating tension, and then you're gonna bring the upper ribs, back ribs into the strap. Sit back up, bend the elbows. Reach the arms, draw the ribs back, lift the ribs up, come back. Reach the arms, draw the ribs into the strap. Bring the ribs forward, bend, reach, curl, lift, forward, one more time, reach, curl, lift, and forward. Good. Bring the strap back to the front. Okay, now, let me turn side again. Because I'm going to use this edge of my chair here. If you don't have an edge, I'm sorry. Arms here like so. So you want your genie arms, they're stacked, right? They're not crossed. They're stacked. One's on top of the other. We're going to tuck and roll back. And I'm just going to hit the back of my chair. I'm not going to rest there. And then I'm going to curl. Curl away from it. Touch. Curl. Touch. I got a ton of work going on in here. Curl. If you need to rest against the chair, by all means do so for a moment. Curl. Exhale, curl. One more time. Woo! Curl. Good. Reach the arms and sit back up. So much work in here. All right, back to the front. We'll revisit that in a minute. We having fun? Are we having fun yet? Hold that down a little bit. All right, arms here. So you're gonna be pulling on this a little bit, okay? So let's bring the right arm up by the head. Get out of your earlobes. So drop your shoulder blades down and start to pull the strap to the side. You don't want to hit yourself in the head, right? So your arms are slightly forward. You're not up here, right? Slightly forward. Pull. So you're kind of pulling back, right? Pull back. 5, palm is down. 4, 3, 2. Now we'll stay back here and do little pulses to make sure it's the left arm that's moving, not the right. 5, 4, 3. Hello, rotator cuff. 2 and 1 and up and arms down. Little roll of the shoulders. Good. Other arm lifts. Come towards your head. Make sure your arms are slightly in front of you, not up here. Okay? And you're going to pull down and backwards. That's 4. We're going to 10. 5. Notice how my right arm wanted to start pulling away. 8. 9. One more time. Hold here. Little pulses. 2. 3. Stabilizing arm is working. 2. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Arm up. Arms down. Shoulders roll back. Good. We're going to go into a nice wide leg. Do a little side bend. And a little side bend. Easy arms. Easy arms. They just float up and over. One more time. Good. Okay, remember this exercise? This one? We're gonna do that now. So back to here. Don't pull. It's just a marker. You want to try and keep your hands the same distance between the top of your head, right? So you're not going to be here, right? Keep the arms the same distance. Side bend. Stay there. Lift the hip. Drop it down. Lift it up. See if you can get that stretch between the armpit and the hip. Lift. Drop. Lift. The band is there just to hold your arms. Lift. Drop. Last 2. Up. We do these on the reformer. One more time. Up. And drop. Woo! You feel that waist, yes? Yes. Roll those shoulders back. Let's take a little break. We'll go behind you. Just get a little bit of openness here in the shoulders. So choke up on the strap a little bit so that you can kind of pull it apart just a little, and then you're going to lift. You may have to move way up to the front of your chair so that you have some room. Lift. Lift. It doesn't have to be far. Let those collarbones open. Let that neck be free. Let your neck be free. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring that out. Now we do the other side. So remember, it's the hip hike and the hip drop from a side bend. Placeholder. Up. Side bend. Hip lifts. Now as you drop the hip, create a little bit more side bend. Lift. Drop. Inhale. Exhale. Or exhale. Inhale. I don't really care as long as you breathe every time. 2 more. One more time. Come back up. Bring the arms down. I know. I feel it too. Let's go to the back. Make the strap smaller behind you. Pull it apart slightly. Lift the arms up. Roll the collarbones open. That feels so good. Now you're going to pull these apart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Strap back to the front. Hold here. Hands here. They can be in front or behind, whatever you like. Either way, I don't care. Okay, if your shoulders aren't open enough to put your hands behind your head, then put them in the front. Twist. Center. Rotate. Center. So it's happening in here, right? Your rotation's in here. You're sitting. Your hips are not moving. Rotate. I want you to breathe out on the rotation. So I want you to feel like your rib cage gets smaller, right? You're squeezing your lungs and your heart on that exhale. Exercising the lungs and heart. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. If your shoulders are tired, put your hands here. Exhale. Breathe in. One more time. Exhale. And breathe in. Good. That's a lot of air. Just took in a whole bunch of oxygen. All right, let's go ahead and turn the head to the right, and then just drop the chin down over to the other side and come up. And then eyes are gonna follow. So you're gonna follow your eyes. Drop your eyes to the floor, skim across the floor in front of you. Come back up, drop your eyes to the floor, skim. Come back up, drop your eyes to the floor, and look the other way. And one more time, drop, skim the floor, and look up. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky. We're gonna revisit this one in a second. Let me turn sideways. This is to open up the back of your neck and to strengthen your neck muscles. I can think of a few people this is really good for. So you're gonna put the strap behind the back of your head, okay? So it looks like that. And then I'm gonna bring my elbows forward and I'm gonna grab the strap with my thumbs and I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull it a little bit so I can feel that tension against the back of my head. So just watch for a sec and then you guys are gonna try it. So then I'm just gonna draw my chin back, which is gonna lengthen my neck. And then I'm gonna allow my head to rebound back to where it was. So I just draw the chin back and then come forward. I'm not pulling the band because the back of my skull and my neck are lengthening. It feels like I'm pulling the band forward, but I'm not. Okay? So it's into the band, drop the chin, lengthen the neck, and then allow the head to return, pull back. Feels really nice. We'll do two more. Pull back. And one more time. And forward. Good. Arms down. Strap in front. All right, so let's just check in on that here for a second. So turn your head to the side. Follow your eyeballs. Drop the head. Woo, that feels so different to me. Come up this way, come back to the front. Turn your eyeballs, drop, roll. Not quite as much cracking this time as I had before. Turn, roll. And last one. And center. All right, so now we're gonna do a little side bend on an angle. Hold your strap. Turn. Drop your arms. So one's on top, one's on the bottom. And switch it. So we're not gonna move our body. We're just gonna move the arms, okay? Move the arms. Move the arms. So I'm still rotated toward my left leg. Ooh, I can feel my obliques working in my torso. One more time. Good, arms up. Now I'm gonna side bend toward my right knee. Placeholder, this is your placeholder, yes? Arms don't move, your torso moves. Side bend, lift up. Side bend, lift up. Last two. One more time. And lift. Face front, arms down. Okay? Here. We'll get out of our shoulders here in a minute. Twist this way. One up, one down. Okay? We're not side bending, we're just rotated. I'm gonna go a little wider on my strap. Rotate the arms. 5 of these. 2. 3, 4, 5. Glide those shoulder joints, right? Arms up. Here we go. Side bend to that knee. And up. This time you have to keep that sitting bone down. And over. 3. Breathe any way you want. 2. I like exhale, up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, up. And arms down. Good. Roll those shoulders. Let's give a little spongy action to the shoulders. So you're going to squeeze, we did this last week, you're going to squeeze the top of the back of the traps there like it's a sponge. We're going to rehydrate those muscles. So just give them a squeeze. Good, and a little bit of tapping down this arm. Good, let that arm hang, instantly feels better. Feels like it's 5 inches longer, and now we go squeeze the other back of the shoulder there, sponge it, fill it with fluid. It's humid today. Good, little tap. Yeah, all right, let's do some legs, yeah? All right, let's sit back. Let's start with the hundreds. So lean into the chair. The arms are down. Yay, the arms are not over our head. Yay. So I don't want you to crunch into your hundreds. Actually, I want you to sit up super tall. Pull in your belly button. Pick up one of your legs. Point your toe and pump. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2. Switch the legs. I'm trying really hard not to bounce on my chair. Both legs. Legs are optional. If you don't want to do them, leave them down. Cross. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Switch the cross. Keep the shoulders up, the upper back up. Uncross flex. And legs down, but don't touch the floor. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Take your strap, put it around your right foot. We're going to do hip glides out to the side. You have assistance. Yay. Your strap is here for assistance at the moment. You're going to slide out to the side and back and slide. So if you feel like you want to move closer to the front edge of your chair, by all means do that. I'm trying to keep my arms still so that I have to move against the strap as I get to the side. 3, and 2, and 1. I'm going to hold it out here for little pulses. 1, 2, I'm not moving this leg. 4, 5, 6, I'm trying not to. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And bring the leg in. Let's place both legs inside. Pull back. You can make this as tight as you want, right? It can be loose, it can be tight. Whatever makes you feel happy. We're still sitting up really tall. We're not slumping in the upper body. So sit up really tall. Now press out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Turn the heels towards each other. Turn the toes out and push. Baby toe pushes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's a game changer, isn't it? Take this foot out. Line this leg up. Make sure it doesn't move. Okay, here we go. Open. Close. Open. Open. 2 more. Open. Open. Good. Stay out. 10, 9, 8. Don't let this leg move. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. Leg down. Both feet in. So we pushed out with the baby toes the first time. This time we're going to push out with the heels. Up. Rotate the heels out. Pull on the strap. Press. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Heels out. 3, 2, 1, and in. Woo, woo, woo. Strap comes off. Let's move to the front side. Bring your legs all the way together. Bring the strap underneath. Try to keep it wide. It's always very tricky. So you're going to tie this, but you're not going to tie it in a knot. You're going to tie it in a bow. Okay? Because if you tie it in a knot, you won't be able to get it open. So tie it in a bow. Or one side of a bow, right? So you only have one loop. It should stay tight. And then you can untie it, okay? From here, we're gonna start to walk the legs open. Yeah? Okay, so their pressure is out into the abductors. So you're gonna push out, 2, feet are on the floor. And I want your feet to stay on the floor, okay? So your feet won't turn, they won't roll, your toes aren't gonna come up, none of that business. This is strictly hip, it's not knee, okay? So feet stay flat, press out, out. So you're not like that, right? See my feet? Feet stay on the floor. So when you're pushing away, your big toe should still be connected. Press. If you really focus and really think about it, think about keeping that big toe, the ball of that big toe on the floor. 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. And back home. So I walk your feet back in. So no stress on the legs at this point. Just lift your toes, all of them, and then let them go back down and lift and drop. Kind of hard to see my toes, right? Lift and drop. Lift. Lift all 5, all 10, and drop, and lift, and drop. Now, see if you can do all of them up, and then starting with the baby toe, put that one down first, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, and then your big toe. And if you want to use your hands to help you, go ahead. So all toes lift, and then baby toe, next one. Next one. You'd be surprised how much it helps to use your hands. And down. And then lift. And roll through your toes. And up. And roll through your toes. And up. And roll. One more time. Up. And roll. Good. Now you're going to scrunch your toes into the floor, which is going to pick up your arches. All right? So as you press the toes down, I want you to see if you can feel the arches come up and then release. Don't push too hard or you'll get a foot cramp. Press, work the arches, release. Press, work the arches, release. One more time, press, work the arches, release. So before we let our legs go, I want you to turn to your side, put your hand on the back if you can, And I want you to lean onto that hip so that you can lift this leg up. So we're gonna do seated clams. Okay, ready? So I'm leaning on the back of my chair. I'm gonna lift this leg and go out, out. Good, hip's not going anywhere. Hip stays right where it is. My hip doesn't fall back, right? You know who I'm talking to. Up, 2, 3, yes! 4, ready? Keep it up there and up. 2, 3, 8 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh my gosh. Whew. Other side. You have to be able to get this hip off the chair. So lean back into the chair, pick up the leg. Sitting bone is off. Here we go, open. Eight, 9, 10, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, okay, that's effective. We won't forget that one. Okay, untie. Put that on the floor. You're gonna grab it with your toes. Okay, so I'm gonna stretch my toes out. And just like if I were using my hand, I'm gonna grab the strap. Stretch out, grab. Stretch out, grab. Pick it up if you want. Stretch it out. Lift it. Stretch, grab, lift. We'll do one more time. Stretch, grab, and lift. Frankly, I think that this being at home has done wonders for our feet because we're not walking around in shoes as much as we usually do. Ready? Stretch, grab, lift it up if you want. Stretch, grab, lift. Stretch, grab, lift. Last 2, stretch, grab, lift. One more time. Stretch, grab, lift. Good. Okay. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but we're gonna actually stretch out our feet a little bit. So I'm gonna lean back and I'm gonna bring this leg up. Is that possible for you? And I'm gonna take my hands, my fingers, and I'm gonna put them in between my toes. So one finger goes in between each toe. Okay, and then I'm gonna grip my foot, and then I'm gonna bend the joints of my toes. So not only do we get this nice separation of your toes, but we get some movement in the joint. And I know there's a lot of people that have so much trouble with their feet. So just kind of move those toe joints around. Gotta love your feet, man, because they carry you everywhere. You gotta take really good care of them. Take your fingers out. Move those toes around. Place your other hand on your big toe joint, so it's all the way down here. Give it a little rub. You'll feel the bottom side of it too. And then go to the next one. And then the next one, and you might need to change hands. And the next one. Good, both feet down. And we'll just do a little check-in. All right, lift all 10 toes and drop. Notice, see if you notice any difference. Lift, lift. Let's go to the other side. All 5 fingers between each toe. Squeeze and bend the toe joint. So much going on in your feet. There's more bones in your feet than there are anywhere else. And so much tissue and fascia. Super important. One more time. Good. Take your hands away. Massage the joint. You'd never do this on your own, would you? Feels so good. Feet back down. Let's try grabbing this again. See if it makes a difference. Okay, grab. Grab, lift. Grab and lift. One more on this side. Grab and lift. Feel like I have a little bit more room in my feet. Grab and lift. My right foot especially liked it. Grab and lift. And last time, grab, lift. Good. All right. Let's do a little bit of core and then we'll be finished for today. So I'm going to turn my chair sideways. Sitting on the edge. I'm going to roll the pelvis back. Arms are down by my side. Lift and lower. Where are you going? And up. And open. Lift. And arms here. Good, both feet down, arms in front. Curl, lift, tuck, roll back. Good, arms will lift. Baby extension, arms come down. Tuck and curl, lift. I'm going to start to bring a leg with me. So roll back, leg will come up, upper back. Come up to seated, drop the leg, and back. Seated. Good, stay here. We're going to tuck and curl back. Pick up one leg, take the other leg out. Elbows are open, and we're going to switch. You can always keep one toe on the floor if you don't want to take the legs out suspended in space. And 2. 3. I'm really holding that leg. 6, 7, 8, and down. Arms forward, roll forward, elbows up and open. Dog wants to get into the room. Twist. Center, rotate, center. We're going to add some flexion towards the knee. Rotate, come up, rotate, come up. Check out how good your feet feel, guys. And rotate, and lift. It's like they're alive, right? All right, ready? Knee comes up. Here we go. Twist. 3, 2. One more time. Yes, and yes. Don't lean all the way back. So keep your hips towards the front and bring your chest towards the back. Hands behind the head. Always support the head anytime your upper back is going over the chair. okay? Just like when we're on the foam roller, you always want to support your head. If you're in the right kind of chair, you can let your upper back go over and come up. Please be careful. If you know you have osteoporosis in the top of your back, don't do this exercise. Over and up. Especially if you're on something that's, it's not soft, right? Your chair's not soft. So, one more time. Good, arms reach forward, come up, we'll come up to standing. And we're gonna do that hinge again that we did earlier. Hinging at the hip, hand on the chair. So I wanna walk backwards a little bit so that I can get some stretch here. So I'm gonna go down. Keep the tummy muscles lifted. Keep the ears between your arms. And come back up. Let's just bring the hips forward. That'll curl your back. And then back into the hips. And exhale, pull up your abs. And one more time, hips back. And exhale. Good, walk forward. Round up to standing. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, arms down. I want you to do that again, and I want you to think of your arms as weighing nothing. They are feathers. They float up, and they come down. Yes. You are done for today.